My name is Natalie, and today I'm going to be talking about my diseases. It's going to be fun. Living with mitochondrial myopathy. Mitochondrial disease affects the mitochondria, tiny little energy factories found in all your cells. It's called myopathy because myo means muscle and pathos means disease, so it's a muscle disease. Symptoms of mitochondrial myopathy: muscular and neurological problems such as muscle weakness, energy intolerance, hearing loss, trouble with balance and coordination, seizures, and learning defects. Frequent complications include impaired vision, heart disease, diabetes, and stunted growth. Out of all these symptoms, I am not affected by 4. Causes mitochondrial myopathy. Mitochondrial myopathy is caused by a mutation in the gene, but it can also be inherited. But it can also be very tricky and decide to come out of nowhere with no family history at all. Of the 9 types of mitochondrial myopathy known, science has yet to discover my specific type. To quote my doctor, I'm a real medical mystery. Yay! I was first diagnosed before I was even born. You see, my sister, who's only 2 years older than me, was first seen by a specialist. And after being seen by that specialist, she was so bad that the specialist has said that any children my parents would have together would inherit mitochondrial myopathy. Since the day my mom became pregnant, she took medicine for me, hopefully to help me with the carnitine deficiency they knew I had. I have never stopped taking carnitine. They've just increased the dose as I've grown older. I was first in need of a wheelchair when I was 8 years old. Because of this, I lost most of my friends because the playground wasn't really wheelchair accessible, and at recess time, you just play. And because of this, I didn't have any friends. Because I was in a wheelchair and I had no friends to back me up or help me out, I became an easy target for bullying. Thankfully, by the time I was in the 7th grade, I had pneumonia twice and Bell's palsy. So because of that, I went on home hospital. When I was home hospital, I was so sick. I was just tired all the time. I was completely wheelchair bound. I was very sad, very tired. My mom took me back to go see my specialist, and she prescribed carnitine infusions. Now, an infusion is a type of therapy involving the administration of medicine. This is prescribed when your condition is so bad that oral medications don't help you. So they do it through IV. During my first infusion, I was tired, I was sleepy, I wanted to go back to bed, but by the time they accessed me and I was actually getting the medicine in my body, I started to laugh and smile more, and I realized I had energy to move around the house, and it was amazing. I still remember that first day because I was watching a movie with my aunt who took me, and halfway through the movie, that's when I first felt it, and I started to laugh at the show because we're watching a comedy, and my aunt couldn't be any more happier because that was the first time she's heard me laugh in a really long time. To be able to get my infusions twice a week and still be at home while this happens instead of going to the hospital, I got a Metaport placed. A port, sometimes called by name brand Metaport, is a small little, actually it's this. This little thing is put in through an outpatient procedure. It's right here, just underneath the skin, and it's connected to a catheter, catheter is a small little tube that is connected to a main vein. And then from there, you put a needle here, and through that, the medicine comes in all the way to the catheter, from the catheter to my vein, and that's how it works. Although I only had this placed for a year, it was awesome. But unfortunately, a risk with Metaports is they can get infected pretty easily, especially if they're being used twice a week. And my body decided to reject it because my body really, really hates metal. I mean, it's allergic to it. I could tell you this. The only reason I have one earring on right now is because this one gets very mad when an earring's in there. And I had my ears pierced around 7 different times just to have it pierced, and it was really awful growing up with it. And it would get infected and it'd be big and it'd be awful. So because this Metaport was metal, body didn't like it much. So it got rashy and pussy and decided to push it out slowly. So I had to get another surgery to get it taken out. And so now to get my infusions, still twice a week, I have to go to the hospital, and my infusion takes around an hour and a half. Sometimes if the pharmacy is fast, it could be an hour and a half. Or sometimes if it's very slow, it could be 2 hours, but it's worth it to get as much energy as I do and as much as it helps me to get through the week. At the same time I got my Metaport removed, I had a muscle biopsy. So I had one surgery for the price of 2. Not a good deal. The bill was still pretty big. So a muscle biopsy is a procedure to get muscle tissue from your body so scientists can inspect it under a microscope and to see if any new things came up. And basically they just confirmed I had mitochondrial myopathy. They couldn't distinguish what type I had or any other new information that we already didn't know, but it was worth it just in case, something weird could have happened in my muscle. Although they didn't give us any new information, hopefully one day science will improve a whole lot and give us more information, more specific things. Because of my muscle disease, I need help, a lot of help. I have a manual wheelchair to use around the house or small in and out trips, like I have to go grab something quick from Walgreens, just quick in and out thing. But for longer trips, I have a power wheelchair. Now, a power wheelchair is just power wheelchair. It gives you the freedom to go anywhere. I could go to the grocery store with my mom the whole time and not get as tired as I would walking. In fact, we'd probably have to leave not even halfway through because I'd get so tired. But I can go to Joann Fabrics and get a bunch of stuff, not be as tired. It's quite amazing. I can go outside and go on little hikes in a chair. And yeah, I also have a shower chair because showers take forever and a lot of energy is wasted. So I just sit in my power get electrocuted. So I sit in it, water comes down, doing normal stuff, just sitting. And also we have a raised toilet. They sell them, I don't think a lot of people know that they have them, but they have them and it's amazing and it's awesome. And I also have a handlebar to help me up if I need extra help. And yeah, I also have little medical equipments around that most people don't have in their house, like a blood pressure cuff, because I also have high blood pressure. And I have to take it pretty frequent because for some reason my body hates me. Just loves to get sick. I also have a nebulizer if I can't breathe. I also have to take a whole bunch of medication just to keep me functioning properly, as you see now, because without it I would be not focused. I have ADHD. What is that? What? What? There's pear. What's a pear?
Mango.
It's mango. What a mango. Why is mango here? ADHD. I go to the hospital pretty frequently. Besides the twice a week for infusions, I have around 15 different specialists that I have to see for a bunch of reasons, because muscle disease affects everything. Your heart's a muscle, eyes are muscles, they need help too. Everything's affected, breathing, everything. So I have to see so many different doctors to make sure everything's working right, everything's working perfectly. And so far, everything that's supposed to be working, like my heart and yeah, just my heart's working really great. I'm not scary, guys, but slowly breaking down. Don't worry, it's fun. So I see 15 different specialists in and out of the hospital all the time. On average, I have around 10 doctor appointments in a month, and it's every month.
I'm gonna wipe it one more time, just because I like to get it wet so I can slide it in. Okay, now what you need to do, this is not actually making it too tight, so I'm gonna put it here. Jamie, can you hand me this? Because she's got to do her thing here for her senior.
What's she have to do? She gotta get on her phone?
Yeah, so just hold the end. That way she's not like, okay, here we go now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that means it's in. See the flashback of the blood in the catheter? And then she's looking on her camera.
Oh, you're on your. I thought you were like watching TV or something to distract yourself.
No, this was for her senior project. Thanks,
That's
Jamie.
Cool, then.
And normally I'd leave the tourniquet in, but you're always so messy. I took it out. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna flush it. You let me know how it feels.
Okay.
That's a relief. So it's all done.
Didn't feel a thing.
Yay! Nurse of the Year again. Okay, and then I'm going to use this tape to secure it. And again, this is special tape, right? We use on you. A lot of times we use stickier stuff. Wash my hands. Tape it like that, it's called a chevron. See how this chevron thing, like the chevron sign?
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay. What color rock would you like today? Blue or pink?
Yellow.
Yellow. You can take whatever you need, Jeff, because my IV's in. Does that feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put this one here just because I don't like it to be open to the air. Okay, and then yellow. Didn't think yellow because you have a blue shirt with purple. But yellow's a contrasting color, right? So that'll work.
Why you say clean my hair?
Let's put your nails straight for me so I can see it on the camera. Okay, sweetheart, let's get you hooked up and get you going.
Well, that's it. I hope you guys took a lot of information out of this, learned that even though I'm functioning and looking normal here, that a lot of stuff is happening on the inside that you probably would have never seen or never thought of ever. So if you take one thing out of this, just remember that just because somebody looks fine on the outside doesn't mean they're fine on the inside. Never be too quick to judge or see a person randomly and they're in a wheelchair and they're really young and just being like, why are they in a wheelchair? They're probably just lazy. Don't be like that. It could be something very serious. Just be open-minded. So, bye.